getting back on our buses to go back to the hospital. They're giving out free food. Got me a little vegan health bowl. I'm super excited about our staffing agency, Crucial Staffing. They are giving us, they made a whole meal downstairs, chicken and mac and cheese. Well, stuff that I can't eat, you know how that goes. But it's the thought that counts. Let's see, you have the news, Channel 4, always trying to get their story. They don't be playing no games out here. All right, let me find my bus before I get left. Oh, you guys are so cute. Thank you. Yeah, and your bunny suit. Thank you. Today's meal is from Havana Cafe. I like hear something. Maybe it's the mouse. Oh gosh. Okay, rice and corn. Cool. Oh my goodness, I just saw the mouse. Come on. That joint scared the crap out of me. Come back. I wish you would. Okay, I'm just joking. Don't. I'm trying to eat. Oh my god, look at the little mouse. Did you see it? Freaking mascot. And someone's bag is on the floor. Thank you. See you later. Oh yes, it's raining, so everyone's like running to the bus. But it was a good night. This morning I actually am like left late, and I'm almost about to miss this bus because I met some nurses that were deployed via Air Force that I was giving a report to. So that was like pretty cool. Wait, I'll tell you guys more about it here in a second. Hold on. They done closed the bus door. They ain't playing games with me. Open. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. Wonder who it's from. Blue's Clues. It's Blue's Clues. Got a package for my mama. People are just leaving random food here for like people to eat. Like we in the middle of a hotel walkway. Turkey, hot dogs, and rotten bananas. Like people, can we not? Can we not? So my mom sent me a little care package with ramen. I was really wanting ramen. I don't even eat chicken, but does this come with chicken in it, or is it just the chicken flavor? I don't know. But I really love cup of noodle. She sent me some N95 masks, some paper bags, I guess for the mask, some bandanas for my hair. Amen, because my hair be looking a mess. Some more masks. More masks. She wasn't playing games with these masks. Okay, where'd she get all these masks from? What's this? I don't even know what this is. Maybe a gown? Always PPE. And, oh, emergency. That's always good. I'd be out here taking spoons. Why she send real spoons? These people be mad Jamaican. Thanks, Mom. Appreciate it. Love you. What's this? Oh, gloves. She ain't playing games. Thanks, Mama. Ooh, hey guys. So can I talk to you with a Snapchat filter on today? Because, you know, I've been looking a mess these days. And, you know, Snapchat makes it better look. It makes my pimple look. Yeah, so that Snapchat filter was short-lived. Anyway, so a few brief things that I wanted to talk about. So one of the nurses that I was working with, she actually like helped train me to my area. Well, train because, you know, we didn't really have any training days, but she's so nice. She's older. She was like 60s or so. Anyway, she got the Rona. So I probably won't see her again because she'll be out for at least 2 weeks. Hopefully she comes back. I'm really kind of nervous about that. But quite a few nurses are acquiring the Rona. With my travel agency, some of the agency nurses are getting it. And so, you know, they want them to go back home to be with their families. So it's kind of like an ethical conflict of interest of like, well, if you have corona, you kind of like shouldn't fly or go anywhere. You should stay, but then you have people that want to just like go home, and if they get sick, they don't want to be here in New York. So they are, required to quarantine and stuff like that. I do think that some of those nurses are peacing out and leaving secretly to go back home so they could be with their family, which I don't blame them. So it's kind of like ethical dilemma, quite a few ethical dilemmas going on every day, as you could only imagine. Ethical dilemma city. Another thing that's kind of like interesting to me, so like in the emergency room, when we would train for like mass casualties and stuff like that, it would be, like you tag people. Like if you are going to make it, if you're more likely to make it, then you would get care first. But if you were like least likely to make it, like you're dying or you're probably gonna die, like they won't even try to save you in a mass casualty training type of thing. But it's interesting because like with this whole corona thing, it's been kind of like the opposite, where like if you're pretty healthy and maybe you're gonna make it, you have a high likelihood of making it, they'll discharge you and send you home. But if you're like super critical, you're probably gonna die, then they'll keep you. So it's kind of like interesting because in my opinion, I feel like, and it's not just my hospital, just generally most of the hospitals operate that way. If you're healthy, they send you home to monitor your symptoms. So I get it, but you have some moderate people that I feel like if you would admit some of the people that are kind of like moderately symptomed, it would give them a higher chance of surviving as opposed to admitting like the super sick person that's probably not going to survive. So it's kind of like a lot of dilemmas. It's quite a lot of dilemmas, to say the least. So there are rumors that we are going to be getting a day off. So that's super exciting because I would love to have a day off. Last night was my 7th night in a row working, but it was my 10th day here. So the first 3 days I was here, as you remember, I was like waiting for my assignment, and then we did like stuff like that. So that was still counted in my 21 days. So technically I'm on my 10th day, which means that I'm pretty much halfway there. How exciting. Oh, look at my sock. Look at this sock, how warm it is on the inside. Yes, I sleep in these. They're like unicorns. They're amazing. They're amazing. Don't make fun of my socks. So yeah, I'm halfway there, y'all. Halfway there. What's quite interesting to me is how like some people just like take corona like really seriously, like some healthcare workers, and some healthcare workers don't. Like, you shouldn't eat at the desk, period, whether it's corona season or not corona season. But when I tell y'all, there are nurses and doctors eating at the gosh darn desk, you've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. You are taking off your mask at the nursing station and there's patients in the hallway and all over the place coughing everywhere. And you're eating at the nurses station or in the middle of the unit, in the middle of corona season. Who does that? Who does that? Like, that baffles me. Like, baffled. I couldn't even ever eat at the nursing station, period. But especially not during corona. I mean, I'm baffled, fully baffled. So like stuff like that is like really annoying. I see nurses barely wearing a mask. I see people putting their hands in their mouth, like all kind of stuff. And it's just like, it's like, where's the in between? Like, there's the people who just take it super, super duper seriously, and then there's the people who's like chilling. So it's just, disgusting. One of the type of patients that is really like nerve-wracking to me, the DNI DNR. So DNI DNR for non-nursing people is do not intubate / do not resuscitate. So do not resuscitate, of course, that's CPR and everything like that. Do not intubate means no breathing mechanisms. The freaky part about that is if you need intubation and stuff like that, and we can't give it to you, then you're just pretty much, we're watching you die. That's like, I hate watching that. I hate watching that so much. But we have to respect our patients' wishes ethical dilemmas. So if you say you don't want to be intubated, you don't want a breathing system, you don't want to be on a ventilator, that's your wishes, then that's your wishes. So if we have you on oxygen, but you're still not receiving proper oxygenation, and we have you on a non-rebreather mask and everything, BiPAP, I don't know, whatever, and you're satting 50%, then it's just a matter of time that's just going to drop and you're going to pass away. And you literally just sit there and watch them just drop. I hate that. I hate that. Just watching someone die. You're just like watching them die and you can't like do anything to help because they don't want you to. They, as in the patient. So I will say that like I'm glad that I'm not on the floor. I keep crossing my fingers and hoping that when I get to work one day that they don't roll call me to be on the floor, because you can't choose where you go. Even though I've been ED this whole time, they could technically put me somewhere else one night. But they are having it pretty rough up there. I mean, the ED is the ED, but you know, whatever, ED is the ED. But they, you know, on the med-surg floor, they're getting vended patients. So on the med-surg floor, they'll have like 10 patients and like 2-3 of them will be on a ventilator. So they're not really getting med-surg. It's not really, it's called med-surg, but it's not really a med-surg. Like every single floor is free to get ventilator patients. In a pre-COVID world, ventilator patients only went to the ICU. But a COVID world, ventilator patients are literally going just everywhere. It doesn't matter. So it's been, you know, nurses have been really upset and burned out because a lot of nurses don't know how to, you know, really operate ventilators and stuff like that. So it's been quite interesting. It's been quite interesting. I also met 2 nurses today. I actually gave them a report when I was leaving, and they were from the Air Force. I was like, oh my goodness, Air Force nurses. And they were like, yeah, and the guy was telling me how he's in the Air Force Reserve. Shout out to Air Force Reserve. My brother is actually in the Air Force Reserve. And he was called, and he was told he had 3 hours to deploy to New York. 3 hours. So he said he'll be here for 6 months and that he's getting his regular pay. Like, he's not getting paid anymore. That kind of sucks to me. It's like, dang, you got to come out here in New York and work and all of this, and, like, you're not getting paid any extra. You're not getting no crisis pay. You're just getting your regular military pay. So he said he'll be out here for 6 months. He's working, like, 4 days a week or something like that. So, I don't know. It was really cool to meet because all the nurses I've met here are either the staff nurses who work here or, like, agency nurses like myself. I haven't met any military nurses yet. So I was excited about that. Anyways, guys, I'm going to my bed. I am rather tired. I just kind of like want to relax for a second. I am super hyped that I'm pretty much like halfway done. And yeah, I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace.